guys, welcome back to the Oyin podcast. And if you are listening for the first time, thank you for pressing play. Yes, you already know it's your girl Oyin, and Ola is in the building.
Yeah. Welcome, guys. Welcome back, guys. I'm so happy to be doing another episode right there.
Yeah, we are always happy to record a new episode. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's discussion time and it's
conversation time.
Yes.
I love conversation.
Okay, so guys, we're sure you're doing well. We hope you're doing well, basically. Not sure. We hope you're doing well because we have it's like flex mode for some of us, or for both of us. Yeah, basically Ola is flexing,
because,
and I mean it's actually flexing big time because he's on leave.
Yeah, you're supposed to flex on leave.
Relaxation time. Yeah. And for me, I'm on a conditional leave.
Yeah.
Because a federal government worker who is working with a state government, you know what it is.
Especially when the state is on strike.
If you know if you know who that person is, who is a federal government worker that works with the state government? Just if you know what that means, just drop it down in the comment section below. All right.
Redo.
Yeah. All right, guys. So today we are going to be talking about multipotentiality and multipotentialite. So multipotentiality is the concept, and multipotentialite is the person who does the concept. So, okay, very briefly, I know that from the word we can already tell what it means literally, because it's like a two word that was blended together. So that's multiple and potential. So multiple potential. So if you can juggle two things or two or more things together, that means you're a multipotentialite basically. And we're going to be looking at other other concepts, not just multipotentiality. There is also the word polymath that we're going to be referring to. So what's the difference and all of those things, and how to juggle being a multipotentialite. Because for me, I believe that a lot of people are multipotentialites by default. So is that and many more are what we need to be discussing today on the show. So Ola.
Yeah. When you say a lot of people are multipotentialite by default, I'm like, okay, so what differentiates people that are tagged multipotentialite? Because some people are specifically tagged multipotentialite, and I think it's like when you take on the burden, of proving that you can excel in multiple things. I think that's where it starts becoming your reality, multipotentialite. You understand? Naturally, you might just be doing those things and you don't even know that you're multiple, or you don't tag yourself as multipotential, or you don't suck up the body. So I'm trying to see if accepting that body, that tag, is the difference between, I don't know,
who is a multipotentialite and who isn't.
Because it's like the awareness. When the awareness gets to you, then you start thinking you start thinking about all the different things, how it's challenging, how is this, how you can solve it.
There's the saying of jack of all trades, master of none. And that's what being a multipotentialite kind of seem like. But when I said generally, everybody is a multipotentialite by default, because most times we do multiple things. Even parents, take mothers for example. They mother, they nurture, they have to take care of the house, different responsibility, and that's aside their career. Those that so these are things. There are some things that we basically don't consider careers or like a major thing.
Yeah.
But then you can be a specialist and as well be a multipotentialite.
Yeah.
That means when you specialize, when you focus on one, or you are being known for a particular thing, that's you being a specialist. But then you still a multipotentialite underneath it, because you do other things apart from that thing that you specialize in.
I don't want us to mix multitasking with multipotentialite. I think multipotentialite is in the context of ambition.
Yeah.
In the context of, okay, you can be something out of this part. Say, for example, somebody sees you are dancing and says, you're a good dancer, you could be a top dancer, and you start considering it as a career path. You understand? Meanwhile, you're a specialist in medicine, you're a medical doctor, something like that. Okay. Or you paint well. Somebody sees your art and says, you can be, what's the guy, Da Vinci, and you start thinking about painting, not like as a fun thing to do, but as an ambitious thing to do. You understand? So
okay, so you're saying that there's a there's a thin line between
multitasking
and being a multipotentialite.
Yeah.
So when whatever you are doing can be like an ambition, then it is
for you
a multipotential. Okay, so what differentiates a polymath from a multipotentialite?
Yeah, polymath, the way I understand it, and I think I checked up some things, is like say you are a specialist in one field, a specialist in another field. There are people like that. They are specialists in multiple fields.
Okay,
I recently saw one picture of a medical doctor. He's a specialist in, I think, nephrologist and cardiologist. You know, that's like a polymath in the field of medicine, kind of. So I think specialty. You are already a specialist. Multiple potential is like, just from the word now, potential. You are on the way up to being a specialist. You understand? So you think you're on the way here, you're on the way here, you're on the way here, you're on the way in like 5-6 different things. You're even not a specialist in one. Sometimes you could be a specialist in one, like you said, and you are still growing up in other fields. So I think, like, to put it in proper context, like, ambition defines it.
Okay, so now we already know that doing a lot of things, sometimes they say play a focus.
Yeah,
you cannot do more than one thing a time, that kind of thing at a time.
Yeah.
So now, how easy is it to navigate doing multiple things? We already have this difference that, okay, being a polymath, you are probably an expert, a specialist in different field. But now you don't even need to be I can already imagine what a polymath is going through, having to juggle different things,
specializing in many things.
But then for multipotentialite, how easy is it to juggle all those things? And very quickly, I want to say something. When we say polymath, that okay, polymaths are people that are specialists in different fields. Could it also be that they don't really juggle those things? Maybe they just do one at a time, and they excel so much in that, and then they do another thing. Because I was reading through, is it Leonardo da Vinci as well? Yeah. He's renowned, like we know him for
arts,
and then I learned is a chemist, a mathematician, and all of those things. I'm wondering, he did not go to school for all of those things to become a mathematician, to become because where is the time in the
maybe some people are naturally. Let me not say naturally.
Are they
geniuses? That's a debatable topic here. But I think that they do exist. Some people have the capability to actually be super good in many fields. Take like Da Vinci and many scientists like in the past, and even now we might not even really know them well like that. I think to give a background to the whole topic, back then when people were in secondary school and you're in the sciences or you're in the arts, or some schools even do science and arts and then module it together, and you're so good in the two areas, and even commercial, and you're so good and you have the potential to be a top doctor if you face the sciences, or top engineer. That's even within the circle of sciences. Yeah, you have the potential to be a top engineer. Those are the top professions, right? Top pilots. People are tipping you to be the top lawyer in town because you're so good in that. And then the best banker Nigeria has ever have, or the world has ever seen. And you start from there. Then you go to school. Then there's a way the university exposes you and start bringing out the talent in you. And then maybe, like I said before, you start drawing, or you join a group who are dancers, who are singer, musicians. We've seen people who went to school to study medicine and they end up becoming musicians.
So are you saying that for some people, they are born naturally to have this multiple ability? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's just discovery again. It's so confusing. That's why we're discussing it, because for young people, this thing can mess up with your head. I think self-discovery is good. As much as it's good, it's like a very big problem of multipotentiality, because you are discovering yourself every day. Okay, now today I know I can dance, and I know people make a career out of dancing. And I know I can be that person. But I'm already studying medicine, and I can be a top doctor too. So, and then the next day you discover you can paint, and then on and on like that.
Being a multipotentialite.
Yeah.
From the way you are saying it, because you said I can dance, and then I discover people make a career out of dancing, so I should probably look into that. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if I'm a multipotentialite, I can do different things. I have different potentials. Should I really make a living out of every single thing I can do?
That's the challenge.
Is that like a thing?
That's the challenge. That's why I said, is that burden that really makes you so aware that, oh, this is happening to me. I'm going through this phase. You understand? Because you are challenged with, where should I really focus on? I feel like focus is the opposite of multipotentiality, kind of.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and that's what you have to fight with all your life, growing up as a young person tagged in multipotentialite, because you'll be thinking, like, should I focus on school? Should I focus on using my talent to make something out of my life? Should I focus on other things I have? And then you're not really sure. You're uncertain. Future is largely uncertain for many people. Even if when you go to school, you are studying medicine, it's largely uncertain. You just probably think, okay, you'll be a doctor working somewhere. You don't really know what's up. You have to curate it. Is that the word? So is that to focus on something? Because what if you say you want to focus on dancing, and at the end of the day, you don't even make any extra with it?
Okay, so now
or maybe you were not that so good like people have told you.
Okay.
But I don't know. Sometimes, and that's where they talk of, okay, who is the person telling you that you have this potential to be this thing? Or who is mentoring you in it? Mentorship, there's a lot of different things to it. So you might not end up being, if you chase 6 things here, in multipotential, you have multipotential to excel, you have the potential to excel in 6 things. If you chase all these 6, there's a high probability that after like 5-10 years, you're just going to be expert in one, or maybe expert in none.
Okay, so now let me get it. So from what you have said, I kind of believe that from what you have said now, there are 2 ways to this thing. So a multipotentialite, or the concept of multipotentiality is a phase to discovering whether you can be a specialist or you can be a polymath. Because there's the tendency to, like, people consider multipotentialites potential polymaths, because there's the possibility of you being a specialist in all of these potentials, or there's a possibility of you specializing in one of these potentials. So is it like
or none?
Basically, and you're just a multipotentialite. You are not even a specialist.
You remain a multipotentialite forever.
Which I feel is cool. But then what I don't get is why, because in this era now, this day of we all want to make cool cash, we want to make money. So it's more of a problem now. And that's why I feel like we should discuss this too. That's why we are discussing it. Because it's more of a problem now. Everybody wants to make money. And so every little thing you think you can do, whether you're good at it or you're not, whether you have doubts or not, you want to make money out of it. You know how to talk, you're already in front of a camera doing something. You know how to dance, you're already in front of a camera with beats dancing. And everybody wants to make money out of everything. You feel like you can do digital, a little bit of tech, you're already applying to a company because money has to be made. But my problem with juggling these things is not even the money alone, is the covering of different field. It's okay when you go down the entertainment path. So you are an actress, you are a dancer, you're a singer. It's all kind of surrounds entertainment in a way. But when you now go extremely out of the feed, entertainment and maybe law, entertainment and maybe medicine, entertainment and maybe piloting, the scope just becomes very wide. And I'm like, how do you handle all of these things? And that's why most people drop one for one, because in a way it's you finding yourself, right? So they drop one for one. But as we say, no knowledge is lost. So when there is a topic around that scope, you kind of say, okay, I have a little idea here and there.
I think that.
But before you continue, please, I want you to. So is it like you do not agree with my opinion that everybody is multipotentialite by default?
What I just said is,
or everybody is a multitasker by default?
Everybody is a multitasker by default.
Okay.
But that one too.
I will think deeply and bring us facts.
But me, like I said, this is for young people. Like growing up, there are many things I didn't even know about myself. I think that self-awareness just brings this multipotentialite to better perspective for you, and you start. Sometimes when you are ignorant about some things, you are in peace. And this is the same thing with multipotentialite. When you now know, I can be a top speaker because I like conversation. Take for example for me, I'm a pharmacist. I have my 9 to 5, even more than 9 to 5, because I work call duties and all. And then I make videos, on the side, freelance video. Then I like conversation a lot.
Doing your podcast.
Now I'm podcasting. I feel like I can be a top podcaster, or maybe interview people on a show and all of that, because I like to get into conversation, get into people's mind. You can look at, there's a career platform talking like a TV OAP, and it's so big now in the world we have today, with internet, with social media, digital, everything. Then take freelancing. You can make thousands of dollars. You understand? If you concentrate on it. And then take pharmacy. Of course, you can be a big pharmacist. You understand? So and many other things that I'm still on the journey of self-discovery. Tomorrow I can just be like, I draw so well. I suck at drawings. I'm just taking that as an example. So, and then I can be like, I can sell artwork. They are big. Like, you can just paint something and you get millions of dollars for it, or millions of naira. I don't know, depending on the level you are. But in all of this process, it requires work. Going from 0 to 100 in talk shows is work. You're not going to be noticed one day like, who the fuck are you? You understand? Going from a entry-level pharmacist to maybe a national big figure pharmacist, it's going to take years. So that's why I said focus is like the opposite. So where do you want to invest your energy in? So the awareness that you can do many things is a burden, and then when that consciousness comes to you, then you are challenged.
Now we know that awareness is a burden. All well and good. I feel like in a way it's a good burden, because you're aware that you already know your problem, so it's better than not knowing your problem. So you know your problem, and now you can create or find solutions to it. So I believe that the thing about being a multipotentialite is, let's not be selfish about it. Let's not think that in everything that we do, because we can do this and do that, we have to make money out of it, or just select a few out of it that you know that you can actually juggle, or maybe are more likely along the same path that you can work with. So you don't have to, you can actually do your medicine on the side if that's what you want to focus on, or if just find a way. Now we're talking about how to navigate it, because it's going to be very tasky.
That's a challenge.
You can't be running you cannot be doing your duty in the hospital, and then there is a shooting on set and you are running helter skelter.
Sometimes I come home, I'm like, let me just stay in front of the camera and record something. I'm so weak. So
so that you don't overburden yourself, because you are trying to make a living out of everything at once.
Exactly.
What if you can do like 10 things and you want to make a living out of 10 things?
You just crash.
In how many times? So there was this Peace Itimi talk on YouTube. She also has a YouTube channel, Peace Itimi. She said something about this and how to do it. So she mentioned you finding a purpose why you are doing the thing. So
Actually
what
revolves around everything.
Why are you doing this thing? Why would you want to do this thing? So when you know the purpose why you are doing something, when you know your values for doing something, it makes the work easier. Really, you don't have to overdo. You know that even if there are some things that stress you, but because you enjoy doing it.
Yeah, like even if you don't like this podcast, even if you don't record because you are busy in hospital or something else, you know that anytime it's just something you enjoy.
You enjoy
and anytime you put your content out, you're not battling with the real content creator like that they must drop content every day. And no, you know there's a pressure to drop content consistently. I'm not saying you don't have to be consistent in other things you do, but when you're at peace with just enjoying it, so I think in order
just know what you're doing. And another thing that she mentioned that I find that is very useful to youth nowadays, even though sometimes we might not be financially buoyant to do that thing, is outsourcing. You want to do 10 things together to get money, but outsource. That's why sometimes when you go on media, in the era of this social media fast-pacing world, you see everything happening all over the world at the same time, and you're like, yes, I can be this person. You see an artist join and they post, you're like, yes, I can do this. You see somebody singing and you're like, yes, I can do this.
Do you even know the work they put in?
You don't know what they do underneath. You don't know
most big content creators don't even handle everything themselves.
Yes, they have somebody that does the video editing, that does this, but you are the video editor, you are the script writer,
photographer. You want to even snap yourself while standing there at the back of the mirror, at the back of the camera.
You basically do everything. You create the content, you edit the content, you post the content.
Stressful.
It can be very stressful.
Very stressful.
That's why you cannot juggle so much, because even in one field alone, you're already juggling so much.
I'm telling you, there's a lot to do.
Now this is it. There's an interjection between multitasking and multipotentiality. So you can be a multipotentialite, and that on its own is like multitasking. But inside the one potential, you're multitasking again. Do you want to kill yourself with over
multitasking?
I don't know what that is. But
over multitasking,
really, sometimes you just have to outsource things that we cannot do. And she mentioned that sometimes outsourcing does not have to be financial.
I think like it's a self-care something. It's a self-love thing, outsourcing. Like if you really love yourself, all this self-love we talk about, outsourcing is, it goes into little chores too. People are I've been served this idea of do it yourself, but I'm trying to,
and someone is out of some people.
That.
I feel like for some
because
people
for
it's
me,
selfishness.
I do this, I do that,
for some
and
people
I want
it's
to do everything.
They don't want to share the reward. They feel like if I do this, if I outsource, I'll be losing cash. So
maybe sometimes when you don't have a lot of cash, but then, like I said, it's self-love.
I feel like in our next episode where we'll be talking about, I think, rest guilt. Maybe it would be of importance again to mention why people should outsource. Because in a way, you see, everything in life, there is time, there is money, and money is time. So if you can outsource, it gives you time to do other things.
I'm telling you.
Do you understand? So you want to, imagine a case of, let's say you're a freelancer and you what you do freelancing is video editing. That's what you do for freelance. And you edit, and you're supposed to edit a video that is worth, say, $500. Basically, that's worth $500, and you already have another job in another field. Maybe you have a surgery of about another $500 worth, and you're thinking, let me do the two so that I can have $1,000. And you break down along the line, or you could not even meet up to your to the deadline. You don't meet up to the deadline, and you lose everything, or you lose 500. You lose the 500 for video editing, and the surgery is there, and you get the 500. But when you outsource, and maybe out of the 500 for video editing, you give somebody 200 to do this, you get 800. I don't think that's bad. That's still a good deal. But people want to get 1,000 just because, and most times when you're trying to get everything, you lose a whole lot.
So when you're trying to juggle like 6 balls, everything just drops.
Exactly.
So I think that's important. That's why I said once you have that challenge, you are aware of that challenge, you start battling it like almost in your 20s, 30s. Like, I'm kind of giving age group bracket now. I think at that 40, maybe I'm not 40, so maybe you start focusing on something, or 30s, maybe you start focusing on something for most people. That's
just
why people
narrow
do.
down to something.
Because you are
It might not
young
be a
and
particular thing.
ambitious.
It might be like just 3 things out of the 10 things that you can do. You
Exactly,
narrow
you
down,
narrow.
and then once in a while, when other
you
things
have the
come,
free
you
time,
can.
just, you know, have you been with some friends and you're like, they just be like, I can do this, and you be like, hi, where did you learn this? Can you do this? You can. And they show you and you're like, you're really good at this, and they start telling you the story of, I used to do
yes.
this, and yeah,
maybe I'm just thinking about it now. You can have somebody in your group of friends, maybe somebody that can sew very well.
Yeah.
A seamstress, but she's not doing it on a large scale to make money or something.
Not
And you are a friend, and you have a lot of work on you, and she has a free time. Why not just invite her to help you? She might not be making a deal out of it often, but at least when she can, it's helping. So friends that you keep to can be a way to outsource. It might not always be financial or
you don't.
something.
Sometimes you don't even pay them. You just be like, let me handle.
But then,
this
please,
part.
guys, do not take advantage of your friends because you know that they are friends and you want to, when necessary, please pay them for the services they've rendered. It's just good.
And you know, sometimes ego. Maybe we should discuss how ego comes into this. When you people want to be introduced as pharmacy, you know, people now. Pharmacies,
jack of all, like expert of all trades.
You know all those accolades. People, they want to wow people, like, wow.
Like people that
tell us your story.
Chief pharmacist, doctor, I don't know whatever title, and put engineer. They put all the titles before they call the name. No citation thing.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good on paper until you know
the struggle they face. And even in the digital world, some people, they want to be like, I went to school to medical doctor, a trained medical doctor, but I don't know, I went into dancing. I keep using dancing.
I guess entertainment word is
I went into music. I went into writing. You know, and sometimes for some people it's their passion. They just, they went into that line.
Should we?
But some people just want to, because they want to be seen as, I can do a lot of things, and it wows people. People want to hear their story.
Yeah.
So maybe, and that's why they just go out and start battling everything. They want to carry everything up. Like, they want to excel in everything. But really, sometimes you don't have to excel in everything. So have to know where to draw the line. Okay, I'm dropping this video making. Okay, I'm dropping talk shows. I don't want to be a top. You understand? I'm facing pharmacy. Okay, I'm dropping X. I'm facing Y.
Yeah.
At a certain, that's why I feel like age comes into it too. At a certain point, you just realize what is hustle and bustle, trying to do 6 things at the same time. And there are different schools of thought. So some people say do it, and some people will be like focus. So focus. That's why I say focus is like opposite of multipotentiality.
Yeah. So basically, it's okay to be aware about your potentials, but you don't have to monetize every of your potentials. Just try to. It's okay when you're young, when you still have every energy in you. Do everything. Try to see everything. Know what is of importance to you, the purpose, why you want to do the things. Then narrow down to a few things that you can juggle at once. And then, when necessary, outsource. When necessary, just do things that would relieve the body in any way, in any form. Do you understand? Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish, and don't let ego take the best of you. And that's the thing. So, guys, it's a great thing to be a multipotentialite, but it can also be as tasking,
difficult
as it's
challenging.
As it can be as difficult as it's beautiful. I don't know if that's something. So
it's so beautiful, and then it can be so difficult. So
whatever,
you're right.
It's just, you get the point.
You get the point, yeah.
So that's the thing, and I hope with this few points of ours, you'll be able to forgive us for not being as consistent as we should be with podcasting and dropping content, because there's been a whole lot, and we're trying to create space and all of those things. But we'll do better. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to this, and Please subscribe on all platforms you listen to podcast on. We're on
Please.
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor FM, Breaker, Spotify. We're on
YouTube.
every platform. Just tune in, subscribe, listen, and always come back. Leave a comment, guys.
Leave a comment.
And
How have you been dealing with
multipotentiality?
like that tag, the challenge?
Are you even aware that you're multipotentialite?
Yeah. So
guys, leave a comment and don't forget to share with your loved ones, with everybody around you. Let us get their opinions, their views, and
feedbacks.
all of that. We love you.
Bye.